Homes with Lake Washington views just minutes from Bellevue usually come with a pretty hefty price tag. So when I came across this cosmetic fixer in Lower Kennydale listed for under $1 million, I knew I had to show it to you. But before we step inside, I want to show you why this neighborhood has quietly become one of my favorite values on the east side. By the end of this video, you'll know what it's like to live here, what homes actually cost, and whether Kennydale deserves a spot on your short list. Hey everyone, I'm John Hodgson. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Seattle area, and every week I help people relocate here and figure out which neighborhoods actually fit their lifestyle, commute, and budget. Today we're going to be exploring Kennydale. It's part of North Renton, just a little bit south of Bellevue. We'll spend some time down by Lake Washington, check out a few local spots, talk about what everyday life is really like, break down the housing market, and then we'll finish by touring one of the more interesting homes I've seen up in this neighborhood in quite a long time. So whether you're actively planning a move here or you're just curious about what your money can buy here on the east side, I think you're going to enjoy this one. Let's get started. So why do people love Kennydale? And one of the biggest reasons people are drawn to this area is its connection to Lake Washington right here. And even if you don't own a waterfront home, you're really just minutes away from some really incredible outdoor places to get outside and enjoy the water. One of my favorite spots is Jean Coulon Park. It's one of the largest waterfront parks here on the south end of Lake Washington, with a swimming beach, boat launch, fishing pier, playgrounds, picnic areas, and miles of walking paths. So during the summer, you're going to find people paddleboarding, launching their boats, grabbing lunch by the marina. They got some great restaurants there, or simply just enjoying the views. So if you're looking for something a little quieter, I also really like Kennydale Beach Park. It has more of a neighborhood feel, and it's connected to Jean Coulon by this walking trail that I'm on right now. And also, if you keep following it that way, it eventually connects to the Seahawks practice facility up there too. So it's a great route whether you're out for a morning run, riding bikes with the family, or you're just looking for a scenic place to spend an hour outside. I think that's one of the things that really makes Kennydale stand out. You don't have to own a multi-million-dollar home here on Lake Washington to enjoy the Lake Washington lifestyle. And that's something that's accessible to, everybody that lives here. Now, of course, enjoying the neighborhood is one thing, but what about everyday life? Let's go grab something to eat and I'll show you what the area has to offer. Okay, as much as I love the parks and the waterfront, you're obviously not going to spend every single day at Jean Coulon Park. But one thing I really like about Kennydale is how convenient everyday life is. I mean, you've got the landing that's within 5-minute drive from the house we're about to look at. You have everything from grocery stores, you've got coffee shops, restaurants, a movie theater, and plenty of shopping. If you're looking for somewhere to eat, one of my family's favorite spots is Exit 5 Korean barbecue. Really good Korean barbecue spot. We end up going there pretty frequently. And if you're looking for something to do with friends or family, Topgolf is just a few minutes away. It's also right near the landing there in downtown Renton. And so you don't need to be good at golf either, so you can just hit it up and go with some friends. So here's a random local tip I wish someone had told me years ago. Renton actually doesn't have a Costco. So if you're anything like my family and you need to hit up Costco every 2 to 3 weeks or so, you're gonna have to head into the Issaquah one, or you're gonna need to go over to South Center. Both are usually about 15 or 20 minutes away, so it's not too bad. When I think about Kennydale, what really stands out is it has a quieter residential feel, but you're never really far from the places you actually use throughout the week. And that's one of the reasons that becomes even more important when you look at the commute, because that's one of the biggest reasons so many people choose to live here. Hey, and real quick, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to subscribe. I put out new videos every single week. It has neighborhood tours, home tours. All right, so one of Kennydale's biggest advantages is really just its overall location. You're right off I-405, which makes getting around the area super convenient. Whether you're commuting into Bellevue, heading into downtown Seattle, catching a flight out of SeaTac Airport, or you're driving south toward Kent or Tacoma, you're really well positioned without feeling like you're in the middle of the city. If you work at Boeing's Renton facility, this is one of the more convenient neighborhoods in the area. It's a really quick commute. One of the reasons Kennydale has remained a popular choice for many of Boeing employees over the years. Now, like anywhere, Seattle traffic is gonna build during the morning and evening rush. There's really no way around it. But one thing I really like is how quickly you can get onto 405. You're not spending an extra 15 to 20 minutes just weaving through neighborhoods before you even reach the freeway. So that really saves a lot of time for you commuters. And for a lot of people relocating here, that daily convenience can make a huge difference. A lot bigger than you might think. Of course, choosing the right neighborhood is about more than just the commute. For a lot of buyers, schools are another important piece of the puzzle. So let's take a look at what schools are assigned to this area. So another question I get all the time, of course, is schools. This home is currently assigned to Kennydale Elementary, which is rated 7 out of 10 stars on greatschools.org. Also, it's McKnight Middle School, which is rated 6 out of 10 stars, and Hazen Senior High School at 6 out of 10 as well. So compared to some of the neighboring Eastside communities like Bellevue, Sammamish, or Issaquah, those ratings aren't quite as high. So it's definitely something to keep in mind if top-rated schools are a major priority for your family. That said, I know plenty of families who live in Kennydale and are very happy here. School rankings are definitely just one factor to consider, and I always encourage buyers to go tour the schools yourself, do your own research, and decide what is the best fit for your family. So with all that in mind, who do I think Kennydale is actually the right fit for? So is Kennydale right for you? If you've been looking at places like Bellevue, Newcastle, or even Mercer Island, but you're hoping to stretch your budget a little farther, I think Kennydale deserves a serious look. One of the biggest reasons is the value. In many cases, you can get more square footage, a larger lot, or even Lake Washington views without paying that premium that comes with some of the neighboring cities. I also think it's a great fit for someone who wants a quieter residential neighborhood while still being close to everything. Of course, outside of Seafair weekend, when the Blue Angels are putting on their show over Lake Washington, it's a great neighborhood that generally feels relaxed and tucked away, even though you're just minutes from Bellevue and Seattle, and 405's right there. Now, it's probably not the right neighborhood if you're looking for a truly walkable lifestyle where you can step outside and have dozens of restaurants and coffee shops right outside your front door. That's just not what Kennydale is. But if you're looking for a neighborhood that offers a great balance of convenience and access to the outdoors, I think Kennydale is one of the more underrated options on the entire East Side. And if you're planning a move to the Seattle area and you're looking for someone who knows these neighborhoods inside and out, I'd love to help. My contact information is on the screen. So by now you probably have a pretty good feel for what it's like to live in Kennydale, but here's the question that really matters. What does it actually cost to buy into a neighborhood like this? I think you guys are going to be pretty surprised by the answer. Now let's talk about home prices, because I think this is where Kennydale really starts to separate itself from some of the neighboring Eastside communities. One thing that's important to know is that Kennydale is generally split into two different markets and two different areas. So Lower Kennydale sits west of 405, closer to Lake Washington, while Upper Kennydale is east of the freeway. In Lower Kennydale, you'll find everything from multi-million-dollar waterfront estates to newer luxury construction in the $2 to $3 million range. But you'll also find a wide variety of established homes, many of which sell somewhere in that $800,000 to $1.3 range, depending on the size, condition, and of course the updates. And also if they have Lake Washington views or not. So you head up over to Upper Kennydale and prices tend to come down a bit, with many older homes selling roughly in the $600,000 to $700,000 range. And that's exactly why this listing caught my attention. It's a cosmetic fixer in Lower Kennydale with Lake Washington views and over 2,300 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and it's listed for under $1 million. All right, let's go take a look inside. And if you enjoy seeing homes like this while learning what it's actually like to live in different neighborhoods around the Seattle area, make sure to subscribe, because I've got a lot more tours just like this coming. And if you'd like more information about this home or any other home anywhere in the greater Seattle area, my contact information is on the screen and I'd be happy to help. So one of the first things you'll notice is just how much living space this home offers. You got over 2,300 square feet and there's a lot of flexibility here. So whether you need room for a growing family, a home office, or just a space to entertain friends and family. So as you make your way into the living area, you'll notice the large windows bringing in tons of natural light. And on a clear day, you'll have great views of Lake Washington and the Olympic Mountains. That's one of the things that makes this home really stand out, especially at this price point. I think this room probably has the best view in the house. I mean, you've got Lake Washington views right there, and then you also have the deck. You look out there, you got Lake Washington right there. You can also see Boeing Field over there. Boeing Field is right there. So yeah, anybody that works at Boeing, really easy commute here, and yeah, you get quick access to work and everything else. The kitchen opens nicely into a nice dining space where you can see the views out the window. And it gives you a nice layout that's easy to live in today while offering plenty of potential if you wanted to modernize it over time. I mean, kitchen, you know, they have done some backsplash and some countertops here, but you know, you could get some new cabinets if you want. They are a little bit older, and maybe some new flooring. There is extra flooring downstairs if you like this flooring that they currently have. And so, yeah, you could finish off a few more rooms with all the extra that they have here. One thing I really appreciate is while the interior is ready for your personal touch, many of the expensive exterior projects have already been taken care of. The roof, the gutters, exterior paint, decking, landscaping, and portions of the siding have all been updated, which can save a future homeowner a significant amount of money. So, I mean, overall, the house is in pretty good shape with all the exterior updates, but you can see they had a previous water leak. It's been fixed, but you know, that's some painting and drywall work there. The downstairs bathroom has already been remodeled down here. They have some new tile here. The floors are pretty new. It's really just a lot of cosmetic stuff, and you're gonna have a lot of sweat equity to build here. So great opportunity here. Lake Washington views right down the street from all the amazing parks that we saw today. Downstairs, you'll also find an updated bathroom along with an additional living space that gives you a ton of flexibility depending on your needs. Outside, the backyard offers plenty of room to relax, entertain, or just simply enjoy the privacy. And the rear alley access and attached two-car garage makes day-to-day living even more convenient. Overall, I think this is a great opportunity for somebody looking to get into Lower Kennydale, build some equity over time, and sweat equity as well, and enjoy everything this neighborhood has to offer. And if you'd like information on this home or similar homes in the area, or you're just trying to figure out which Seattle neighborhood fits you best, all my contact information is on the screen and down in the description below. So that's a look at both this home and what it's like to live here in Kennydale. So if you're looking for a neighborhood that offers a great balance of convenience, outdoor recreation, and value, especially this close to Lake Washington, I think Kennydale is one that's definitely worth considering. And if you're planning a move to Seattle, or you just have questions about this home or any others that you've seen online, feel free to reach out. I love talking to relocation buyers, or if you live here locally and you're just curious about a different market near you, hit me up. I'm always happy to hop on a Zoom or grab a coffee. If you enjoyed this tour, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because I've got more neighborhood tours and home tours and just overall buying tips here for the Seattle area. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.